One sec.
Can you please look up this thing?
See if we can figure out something.
Okay. Headphones you can connect if you like. Why is it doing this to me every time I start a live? It's Friday. It's Friday. Maybe because they were off. That's why they wouldn't connect. Oopsie. I am going to have to grab some food at some point during this. But I said 12, so I thought 15 was like a decent close-ish time. Although it is not ideal for those in the US, except for the insomniacs. Oh, this office is so cold. I might have to get my little heater. I've been working in the room because it was nice and cozy in there. And I had the duvet, like while I was writing, my hands were like on the duvet like this. And then it was like pulled up to here, like. I also grabbed some other random streams that we can check out in the meantime. Wait. And I went to find a bunch of local stories, but I'm still busy putting them in order. So it's probably better if we started like from beginning to end. Just looking here. Why can't I find the ones? Okay, so open link in new tab. Also, the broken TV, broken desk people have been phoning me nonstop. And I can't. Like, now they've emailed me a blank. I'm going to tell them, please rather keep everything via email so that I have it in writing for my further. What is the word? Lawyer. Is there a lawyer in chat? Sorry, guys. I'm wanting to smash out this thing about the thing about the TV. Why don't I just find the court thing, and then while the court thing is going, so I want to give this channel. Okay, I'm going to do that. Wait, is this a teenager? I'm going to share this channel in the description where I'm seeing this. Because they're fairly small, 5,000 subs. And I watch them actually quite a lot. And I don't want to be like taking their content. I want to be sharing it. So please, if you do, just go maybe just go like this video as well.
Kept your case on the record in 2024 CR 45, State of Kansas versus Andrew Elijah Mitchell, County Attorney Jill Gillette for the state, Mr. Mitchell in person, in custody, and pro se. Mr. Mitchell, this is your formal first appearance. You are accused by the state in count 1 of unlawful possession of the controlled substance marijuana and or its active ingredient THC. As charged, this is a Class B non-person misdemeanor. The penalties for that could be a maximum 6 months in jail and $1,000 in fines. In count 2, you're accused of unlawfully possessing drug paraphernalia in the form of a smoking pipe and knife used or possessed to either store or contain, conceal, inject, ingest, inhale, or otherwise introduce controlled substance into the human body. As charged, this is also a Class B non-person misdemeanor with penalties of up to 6 months in the county jail and another fine of up to $1,000.
$10,000 cash.
In count 3, you're accused of transporting an open container.
Whoever's talking at the jail needs to stop because I can't hear over it.
Yeah, is there someone there? Is there a deputy that's not muted or? No, I muted the defendant, but I need to make sure I can still talk to the defendant. In count 3, sir, you're charged with transporting an open container of alcoholic beverage in an automobile on a highway or street open to the public, specifically an open bottle of Captain Morgan alcohol. This is charged as an unclassified misdemeanor. It carries its own special penalties of up to 6 months in jail, up to a $200 fine and or both. And if you have a prior conviction for transporting an open container, the court must suspend your license up to a year. In count 4, you're accused of operating your vehicle without proof of liability insurance. A B misdemeanor, up to 6 months in the county jail. But unlike the other 2 misdemeanors, this has a minimum fine that must be imposed of $300 up to $1,000. Now, if you can unmute so I can hear you. Do you have any questions so far, Mr. Mitchell, about what I've gone over?
Is there possible, can I apply for an RO?
RO?
An RO, an OR? Like
An OR, I apologize.
All right, well, we will get to that, but before we get to the issue of the attorney, do you have any questions about the charges?
As far as the open container, I was not under the influence of any of those substances.
Excuse me, you're not charged with DUI, which would be under the influence, but I'm not asking you just yet how you want to plead. Do you want to talk to an attorney before we proceed further on these charges? You do have the right to hire an attorney, and if you cannot afford one, you have the right to apply for court appointed.
I would like to apply for court appointed.
All right, are you employed?
No,
How long have you been unemployed?
since I've been in about a week.
All right, what kind of work did you do before you became unemployed?
I was working for a Parks and Rec company. It's called REAP, Raytown Education Assistance Program.
What, how old are you?
21.
You're 21, high school graduate,
Yes, ma'am.
and you've been employed for how long with the Parks and Recreation?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. And did you lose that job because you were incarcerated?
Yes.
All right, so do you think you could go back to that?
Yes.
And what do you get paid per month for that?
Per month, I made about $2,000.
2,000 a month, and you've been there 6 weeks? And are you married or single?
Single.
Do you have any minor children that you support?
No.
Do you pay any rent or mortgage?
No.
Okay. Do you have any expenses to speak of?
Yes, I have a car payment and insurance.
And what kind of vehicle do you have?
Nissan Sentra.
And what do you pay per month for the Nissan?
$401.
And that's per month?
Yes.
And then you said you pay insurance. How much per month for your insurance?
Insurance has gone to $520, I believe.
Do you have any other expenses? Telephone, anything?
Currently, no, not that I'm aware of.
Hopefully you'd know if you have expenses. So you basically have an extra income of $1,079 to do with as you wish each month?
Yes. Actually, I apologize. Can you repeat that question again?
You basically have $1,079 you can do with as you wish each month after you've paid your bills. That puts you just a hair over the line or right at the guidelines. And you're not totally sure your job will be there when you get back, or are you?
I'm not completely sure, but I've talked to a friend that is in that company still, and he said he would talk to my manager.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and appoint Attorney Richard Paw, and I believe the deputy there can give you Mr. Paw's contact information. And Missy, when does he come back to court?
July 9th at 3:30.
You'll need to be back here by Zoom July 9th at 3:30. But you need to make sure you've got good connection on the Zoom. If you're going to appear by Zoom, make sure we can see and hear each other. Okay. You said you live in Raytown, or did I maybe just infer that?
I live in Blue Springs, Missouri.
Okay. There is also, well, the attorney can talk to you about the diversion program. See if you're eligible. Your bond is set at $1,500, but you haven't been able to make that?
No, ma'am. I'm completely broke right now.
Hey, Britta.
Probably a good reason we appoint an attorney then. You don't have family that's willing to help you out on that?
I've tried. I'm currently going through a hard time in my life.
Oh,
Well, $1,500 sounds pretty reasonable for 2 misdemeanor drug charges and transporting open container and no vehicle insurance, and especially for an out-of-state resident. Ms. Gillette, is there anything you want to say about bond? Oh, go ahead, sir. I'll let you speak first.
I do have insurance. As far as I failed to show the insurance to the
Okay, well, I'm gonna
officer.
stop you there and have you talk to your attorney about that. He'll tell you what to do about that.
Okay.
That's good that you can provide proof, but he'll tell you how to address that. So let's let Ms. Gillette talk. Do you have anything you want to say about that on behalf of the state, Ms. Gillette?
Judge, as far as his bond is concerned, I'm asking for a cash surety bond. He was issued a citation to be here in court. He was given a break on the speeding because he was stopped for speeding and it wasn't added to his charges. And he was directed to be here March 19th, 24 at 1:15 p.m. by Zoom. He didn't contact anyone and didn't show up in court. We issued a warrant based on the type of charges these are for failure to appear in March. On March 19th, was taken over 2 months to find him and track him down. He was eventually arrested in Lenexa. He's also facing similar charges in Johnson County, currently in 23 CR 3142. Possession of marijuana, drug paraphernalia, speeding, and also MIP, because he was 18 to 20 when he got stopped there and he's had a birthday to turn 21 by our case. And that case was caught in September of 2023. So he's facing the same charges there with court-appointed counsel. Therefore, because he lives in Missouri, he failed to appear, he has the same charges elsewhere, I would ask for a cash surety bond on this individual. I don't mind if it is lowered. Right now, he's currently at $1,500. But I would still request a cash surety bond so that the bondsman is responsible for bringing him back to the state of Kansas should he choose not to come to court again.
Okay, well, Mr. Mitchell, I'm gonna leave your bond at 1,500. With all of those factors the state just recited, it could be more, but I'm gonna leave it at 15,000 cash as surety. He's been in jail, he said, a week, and then, Missy, is there any way we can get that any closer than July 9th? That's not that far away, but it is if you're sitting in jail, maybe.
Yeah, and you just said 15,000, but you meant 1,500, right?
I did.
I was
just
like,
can't get my
what?
brain and my tongue to connect here. Yeah, 1,500. Hope I didn't scare you too much on that, young man. 1,500 cash or surety. But yeah, can you get that any sooner than July 9th?
Mr. Paul's gonna be here a week from today
Can we try that?
if he can get discovery in time.
Ms. Gillette, do you think we can get discovery to Mr. Paul on time?
I can get it, everything except for DVDs to him today. We can scan and send him
All right.
the
And then-
paper.
And when we give him the appointment, or when you send that, let him know he's 21 years old and sitting in jail. And Missy, that's at what time? 3:30?
Yes.
Okay. So what day of the month is that? Is it-
June 18th at 3:30.
All right, June 18th, 1 week from today at 3:30. You'll be back here in
see how he
court
does?
again, absent something unforeseen. And your attorney is Richard Paul, and I'd ask the jail to make you available to Mr. Paul so that you two can talk before that court date. And you can get him that proof of insurance that he's gonna want. Okay, if there's nothing further, we'll be in recess at this time. Mr. Mitchell, you are excused from these proceedings. Deputy, you will give him Mr. Paul's number and make it possible for him to talk to his attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
So that was labeled as young pro se, but I don't think he was a pro se as much as just he hadn't been asked yet if he wants an attorney because he's taken one. Anyway, I thought that was going to be a little bit more entertaining than it was, but at least we all watched it together. I need to make food, but I've grabbed a few options of things we can watch. Why is Judge? So share this tab instead. Oh, it's the jail. So we've got, here's the options. And I can make a poll because I learned how to yesterday. Let's see. Start a poll. This is just until it's like a little closer to the end of my lunch break, when people like come streaming. Which judge are you in the mood for? We've got Manning. We've got, who are you? Jefferson County. We haven't seen it before. And who are you? And Judge Boyd. Maybe I just want to poll because I want to poll. I'm going to play a few seconds of the new guy so that you know who I'm talking about. Terrence Holmes. Hey, Steve. The audio here? Is there no audio on his side?
Case Styles, State of Texas.
Whoa, that looks like Law Talk with Mike. Like his strange cousin that's holidaying in Florida.
Review the videos in this case.
097.
Okay.
Mr. Partita, you can take your mic off of mute.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Partita, this is cause number 23CCCR 0972. You're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Dustin Galmore. Mr. Galmore, how are you doing?
You're great, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Do we have any bond conditions in this case? Mr. Galmore, what is your announcement in Mr. Partita's case?
Judge, we're still collecting and reviewing discovery. We asked for another announcement day.
Okay, now I need to give him Mr. Partita. Now this case is 341 days old. I don't know when you were, let me see when you were retained. No, it's a rep. He was retained in December 18, 2023. Yeah, you say you don't have discovery?
We have, I know I've not reviewed the videos in this case, so I can't tell the court for sure if we've got the videos, but I know I've not reviewed them. Usually it takes us about 2 months. I know we're past that point.
Yeah.
And my calendar may be wrong, but I showed us our first court date. I don't know.
When was it reset? Okay. Okay, give us reset for discovery, and the state should have an offer to him at that time as well. Yes. What is it? July 22nd?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now I need to give Richard those bond conditions.
This feels like a very slow moving court.
Just give me that. They give him some bond conditions, and I need to get, he's on Zoom, I'm gonna have to give him to you, you can get him to him. Now, Mr. Partita, I'm going to do some standard bond conditions, in county court at law number 2. I'm going to read these conditions to you. Your attorney will be given a copy, so that he can get these bond conditions to you, give the copy to you. Now, the document is titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Court at Law Number 2. Following the return of a criminal information in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and
Sorry, I have to interrupt quickly and then I'm going to go make food. Also, don't forget to vote in the poll because it helps me to know where the vibes are at. If this is a bit slow, I don't mind. So at the start of the stream, I had just gotten a call from the people with the phone and the TV on the desk, and I was like, "Don't phone me. I want everything in email because I need the paper trail for the Consumer Complaints Commission, which is like, I think it's like the Better Business Bureau there." So they emailed me back and they're like, "First of all, our most sincere apologies. The desk will be couriered as soon as possible," which by the way is next week, Wednesday. And the TV is due to arrive on the 18th. Like, what the heck? And then they're like, "We're going to hand this to our accounts team to refund for the inconvenience caused to you." And I'm like, it's not about the 75 Rand. Like, I was only using that as an example as to like how frustrating it is when I pay money for a thing that I want to be here now because I need it now. Like, ugh, what was wrong with the desk? So it's a folding desk. It's quite difficult to, like, the photos don't really explain it very well. But you know those desks that like, so it's like, let me make myself bigger for a second. So it was like the parts that go like that to make a desk fold. Like I guess it would be more like that. Somebody had clearly opened the desk in the box and had broken the latch that holds that like that. And it's like chipboard, which I didn't think it was going to be like super cheap chipboard. And it had been like ripped out and there was like a chunk missing off the one shelf. So it's like let me show you. I can just show you the desk. I don't know why I didn't think to do that already. Am I logged in though? Just got to be careful I don't show my address. Make it full screen. Share this tab instead. So here, that where that thing connects, that gets screwed in. And that had been completely ripped out. And then it was chipped this whole length here. That like whole chunk of wood was missing there. So it couldn't stand at all with that thing. And it wasn't like, yeah, it wasn't like super expensive. It's more just, it's the principle, first of all. And second of all, I wanted it specifically so that I could fold it away like when people stay in my office, which is our spare room, then the sleeper couch behind me, if it opens up to be a double bed, it's quite small. Like the room's quite small. So I wanted to be able to have it that if that's open, I can just fold my desk and put it on the side. Or if I need to, like the other day, my mom was here teaching because they were drilling at her house. If I need to then like set up in the room for a stream or a call or whatever, I can just take it there and do it there. Or even like Vaughn and I tend to watch TV and eat on the couch. Like sometimes I'll be doing stuff that's less thinky while we do that on my laptop. So to have like two things, yeah. Anyway, they threw that around a while. I think that someone actually just like, I think somebody opened it, set it up, broke it while it was in their possession, boxed it up and sent it back and said it was broken. I got mine from Expand Furniture. It was way too much money, but heavy like a brick house, but it folds away. The chair goes into it. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. So my office is, if you, wait, I can show you. Getting well sidetracked. 12:47, 30 minutes left of lunch. Okay. It's also not like I don't have to stick to lunch to the minute, but I do it for myself because otherwise you just know I'm gonna go off the rails and get distracted. Where are we? Where did I do this? Yeah. So in this vlog, I organized my office so you can see like what the office is like. It's small. I think like in comparison to the US, our houses are more size-wise about the same as the UK. Okay, how are we feeling about this judge that I had now? I have to be honest and say I'm finding him a little bit boring at this moment. My entire house is small, but Mel, I think in comparison, like when I see tiny house things posted on Instagram from people in the US, that's like a normal size house to us. Manning's won the poll. Oh, you like the Bo Judge better? Okay, well, I also have a Bo Judge video that we haven't watched that's not related to the trial. Should I do that? Let's do that. Or Manning. Manning's winning. Let's do Manning, and then we'll do Bo Judge. There we go. Share this tab instead. And do this. And where view tab. Close the chat because that's probably a disastrous mess.
All right, so we'll start with number 9, Bostic. That is DeMarcus Wells. Gentlemen, stay in your booths, keep your head up, and pay attention, okay? I'm going to address everybody's bond. Everybody's going to get a bond tonight. Everybody's eligible for a bond. So you need to listen. I'm going to do some conditions with your bond. So your attorney should send you a copy of your bond order, but you may bond out. So you may miss it when they try to get it to you. So make sure you reach out to your lawyer and get a copy of your bond if you don't get one. I want you to know all the conditions of your bond so you won't violate it, okay? So let's make sure that you please ask your attorney for a copy of it also, all right? So we got position 924 PI 001-760, 95 days without indictment. No bond as of March the 12th. Criminal damage to property, the 2nd degree. Entering auto with intent to commit a theft or a felony. Robbery by intimidation, terrorist threats and act, burglary, criminal trespass. Rah!
Marcus Well, 11 cycles, open case, 24 PI 000163, theft by shoplifting. Prior theft by receiving stolen property, 2013. Another theft by receiving stolen property, misdemeanor, 2013. Misdemeanor possession, 2019. Nothing further.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Walter.
DeMarcus Wells is 32 years old. If released, he would be living at 5556 Petite Court, Lithonia. He would be living there with some family. He's been in the Metro Atlanta area for 23 years. He was previously working at Morehouse College as a janitor. He's been at that job for 3 years. He's got his GED with a 12th grade education, and he has 2 children, 9-year-old and a 13-year-old. So he's got work, he's got family, he's got a place, but he does not have a bond. And so I'm asking the court to place, let's go UJR on the criminal trespass, 2,000 on damaged property, 2,000 entering auto, 2,000 on robbery, and UJR on the terroristic threats.
Go ahead. What says the state? Go ahead, Mr. White. Oh, you're on mute right now, Mr. White.
Muted. I'm still
Yeah, go
muted.
ahead.
I apologize, Your Honor.
It's okay.
The other piece of that is I managed to close my calendar.
All right, so it's DeMarcus Wells.
Okay. Yeah, I got that part. I just had some notes and I had closed it.
Oh, okay.
Judge, given the fact that this defendant has been in custody for more than 90 days, he is entitled to a bond. And I really have no explanation for why we didn't get this indicted in time to maintain him in a no bond status. Certainly, were I able to argue that, I would argue that. Judge, given this defendant's criminal history and the facts of this offense, the state would request a bond of not less than $100,000 on the burglary, not less than $10,000 on the entering auto, not less than $100,000 on the robbery by intimidation, not less than $10,000 on the terroristic threats, and not less than $1,000 on the criminal damage and criminal trespass. Judge, as the court is aware, purpose of bond is basically threefold. First, to make sure that the defendant shows up or that we can find him when we need to. Two is to in an attempt to protect the community. And three, in an attempt to deter future criminal conduct, especially by this particular defendant. Not sure that even that amount of bond is going to adequately protect the community, to deter this defendant, or to ensure his attendance at court when called upon to do so. But at least we'll have some chance with the bond of, I believe that if my math is right, not less than $225,000, nothing further.
All right. So on here it says, and maybe Bostic said it said there was an open felony shoplifting, which is probably going to be a pretrial surrender. All right. So we got no drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no replicas of weapons. Stay away from 1061 White Street Southwest. Stay away from 1117 Lee Street Southwest. No further contact with Emily Robinson, Travis Maynor, Maynor, Dylan, Dilon Gilbert, and Leslie Howard. Yep. Also, sir, since you live in Lithonia, you can stay out of Fulton County. The only reason you come back to Fulton County is court or to see your lawyer. Don't stop and get gas in Fulton County. Throw snacks in your car before you come to court. I don't need you to run out of gas. Make sure your car is full. Okay. So let's see, criminal damage property, second degree, 1,000. I'm going by the bond order, Mr. Dukes. Entering auto, 5,000. Robbery by intimidation, 40,000. Terroristic threats, 10,000. Burglary, 20,000. Criminal trespass, 1,000. That's 1,000, 5,000, 40,000, 10,000, 20,000, and 1,000. Sir, and also you'll have an ankle monitor if available, paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. Court, lawyer, medical, employment. You have to supply the name of your employer, proof of employment schedule, and the exact location you'll be working. Best of luck to you, sir. You can leave the booth. All right, Mr. Dobbs, we got DeQuavius Holmes.
I'm sorry,
I got
Judge.
your thought that next. We'll take yours next.
I mean, I don't even know if we have any. I'm checking to
So
see.
y'all have Demetrius Madison, and Rodrigo Woodward.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's see. Position 4, Bostic 24 PI 001543, DeQuavius Holmes. There's no bond as of March the 4th, 2024, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 counts of arson in the first degree.
9 cycles of theft by shoplifting in 11 FTA in 2014 and 2020, on probation for ag assault, sentenced in 2021 out of Forsyth for 1 year confinement, 4 years probation, purchase, manufacture, and sale on probation, sentenced in 2021 for 5 years. Nothing further.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Dobbs.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Holmes is a lifelong resident of the Atlanta area. He resides with his wife at 1478 Rain Tree Drive, Roswell, Georgia 30076. His mother also resides locally. Most of his family does. At the time of his arrest, he was employed at a tire shop changing tires. He was employed at a tire shop changing tires, Judge. Mr. Holmes has been in at this point for 103 days. The state has not moved his case into the next phase, which means, of course, they have restrained his liberty, taken his person, accused him of some things, but have not afforded him the opportunity within 100 days to defend himself. So if there are any defenses to be asserted, they obviously cannot be in the indictment stage. He also is, of course, presumed innocent of all of these charges. The presumption of innocence combined with the fact that the state has not allowed him to defend himself, combined with the strong ties to the area judge, I would submit that Mr. Holmes is a good candidate for bond at this point, and I will ask for a bond of $6,000 on each count. Thank you.
All right, go ahead, Mr. White.
Judge, this is another one where really it's inexplicable and frankly inexcusable that we didn't get this indicted in time to maintain an all bond status for this very dangerous criminal. The state would request that any bond order include a strict stay away, not only from the location, but also from this defendant's co-defendant, Mr. Jason Williams Similton, Similton.
Hurry up, White. We've got work to do.
Judge, the state would request a bond of not less than hang on just a second. Let me make sure I've got the right case.
Yeah, this is the one where he allegedly poured gasoline on different vehicles.
That's right. Given the fact that that's this one. Judge, given the fact that it was arsons of vehicles, the state would request a bond of not less than $50,000 per vehicle, which would be a total bond of not less than $250,000. Nothing further.
All right, no drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no replicas of weapons. If it's available, you're gonna have an ankle monitor paid for by the.
Okay, so then she's just going to say the whole thing all over again. And I'm going to take the opportunity to switch over to our trial. Before I do that, going to do listening while working. Don't worry, I'm about to do that too. As soon as my toasty is ready, I'm going to have a toasted sandwich in one hand and my mouse in the other while I proofread something. Listening while deboning chicken and making broth. Nice. I can't do that. I can't do anything with raw meat. I'm such a baby with that stuff. But hats off to you. So just a quick recap of what this trial is about. So far, what we know is they were at a club on a Wednesday, a club pub steakhouse on a Wednesday night, and it was about 2 a.m. ish that everybody in the victims group arrived, but 8 or 9, not sure, or 7. The fight happened around 12. Cops arrived at 2. Kind of confusing there. The defendant allegedly walked into the ladies' bathroom. Female defendant female victim, walked in, asked her name, found out she was Anna, allegedly started attacking her, grabbing her hair and punching her at the same time. So there's that. In the back of the head. And she had rings on. The defendant had rings on. Victim had to have some stitches here. And I think she said like here somewhere. And the defense lawyer is going for self-defense. Don't take a bite of the wrong one. At least I got a nice mouse. Besides the broken desk and the broken table, I got a nice mouse and I got the cutest little keyboard, which types so nicely it makes me write really fast. Okay, let's go, Judge Fleisher. Let's do this. Please tell me captions are available now. Yes. And we must not be in ambient mode. And I think we can do 1.25 because it's slow courtroom.
What are we looking at here?
That's the bar area and the restroom bar.
And
That's the
call any other details?
Okay, this is Anna's friend. I'm just going back a little because I don't actually remember the rest of where she was myself. But this is Anna's friend who witnessed it.
I don't remember.
So when you went inside, what happened once you got inside closer to the bar?
Anna and I decided to go to the restroom before calling it a night.
And did you in fact go to the restroom?
Yes.
Can you explain to me what happened once you got inside the restroom?
We went in and right away, both of us went into a stall. And
How many stalls are in the restroom?
2.
And approximately how large is the restroom?
It's a small restroom, it's not large.
Was there anyone else inside the restroom when you went inside?
No.
So did anything else happen while you were inside the restroom?
Yes.
What happened?
As soon as she was done and she came out.
You say she.
Anna was done and she came out to wash her hands. But
I'm sorry. You said Anna came out. How do you know she came out? You heard her? Did you see her?
yeah, I heard the stall open.
You may continue.
And then after that, I just heard bickering and cursing. And so I hurried to see what was going on.
Okay, I want to pause here for a moment. You said while you were inside, Anna came out and you started hearing bickering and cursing. Can you be a little more specific? Do you recall any other details of how that came about? Did you hear someone else come into the restroom?
Yeah, somebody else had came into the restroom.
And what did you hear from, if you can recall, while you were inside the stall?
Somebody just asking her or calling her name and just curse words, but I don't remember too much.
And so when you heard this, what did you do next?
Well, I rushed out of the restroom to see what was going on.
And you said you heard cursing. Do you recall, or do you know what voice was doing the cursing?
No.
You didn't know, was it Anna?
No, it wasn't Anna.
Okay, but did you recognize the voice of the person that was cursing?
No.
Did you hear Anna say anything?
No.
And so when you came outside the restroom, can you explain what happened next?
When I came outside, Anna was washing her hands. And I asked if she had the right person because Anna was just.
I'm sorry, you asked?
I asked the other girl that was in it if she had the right person because Anna was ignoring her and just trying not to look her way.
Did you know the other individual when you came outside?
No.
If you saw her, would you know who she was today?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see that individual inside the courtroom today? Your Honor, I'm sorry. I'm going to ask that if the defendant would lower her mask while in his court.
Yeah, that's her.
If you could point to her and identify an article of clothing that she's wearing.
She's wearing a long sleeve shirt.
For the record, please note for the record that the witness has identified the defendant, Miranda Garcia.
It will reflect.
So when you came out of the stall and you heard this bickering, did you said you asked her, you started speaking with the defendant, correct?
Correct.
What did you say to the defendant?
I just asked her if she was sure that she had the right person.
Was there a response?
Or she just told me, yeah, I know that that's Anna, and she just told me to shut the fuck up.
And when she responded in that manner, what did you do next?
I asked Anna first to just leave.
And when you asked Anna to leave, what actions did you, I'm sorry, let me back up a moment. Can you describe your body positions while you're inside the restroom?
I was
Where was Anna standing?
Anna was standing in front of the sink.
And in the restroom, the sink is at the far end of the restroom?
It's right over the door.
And what stall did you initially go in the restroom?
I was in the first stall,
And now, is that the first stall
close to the door.
to the door? And there are two stalls?
Yes.
And what stall did Anna go into?
She was in the second one, closer to the sink.
Which is to the furthest, to the back of the restroom?
Correct.
Your Honor. You're right, man.
Please.
It's pretty marked. I apologize, the numbers are a little off.
So you're at 8 so far with the medical records. So how many you got there? 1, 2, 7.
Without telling me what's on here, do you recognize these photos?
Yes.
Are those a fair and accurate depiction of the location?
Yes.
May I, at this time, say move to.
Show it to council so they can see it. Okay, they'll be admitted, so that's 9 through 15. And there's a scene, right? Scene pics?
Yes, Your Honor.
I wish we could see.
Yep. Say it's doing that. You see, what are you looking at here?
That's the bar area and the restroom door.
And there's a table to the right. What, is that the location?
Yes,
I'm sorry, what location is that?
that's where we were sitting.
When you say we, are you speaking of all 6 of you?
Yes,
And this is, you were sitting there at what point of the night?
at the end of the night, right before we were leaving.
And when you went to that restroom, where was your husband, Anna's husband, and the other 2 individuals that were in your apartment?
They were, I don't remember, honestly.
That was exhibit number 9, publishing exhibit number 10. Is that the same location?
Yes,
Up close? Now, see, is that how the bar is next to the door?
yes.
I'm gonna go out of order. Well, this is about it. What we looking at here? What is that?
That's the women's restroom.
And that's how it looked on May 11th, 2023, on about May 11th, 2023,
Yes,
the same size.
yes,
So I see the door, that's the front door where we see it all to the right.
correct.
Okay. And the door that's open, we see a stall door open. What door is that? Is that the first or the second stall?
That's the second stall, that's the one I'm not listening to.
So when you came out of your stall, where was Anna standing position when you came into out of the stall?
In front of the sink, washing her hands.
So her body position was facing the sink?
Yes,
And you said that the defendant, when you came out, the defendant was there. Where was she positioned?
she was right by the sink where But like, I guess for the two stalls,
So she was facing the side of the sink towards Anna?
yeah,
And where were you positioned when you came out of the stall?
directly behind Anna, in front of the door.
So you're in front of the door behind Anna? So once you stated that after you had the interaction, the comments, when she told you what she said, you told Anna to leave, is that correct?
Yes.
And once you told Anna to leave, what was your next actions?
Anna and I turned to walk to the door. And then we just didn't make it to the door.
You said Anna and you, so did you see Anna turn or you turned first? You were closest to the door, correct?
Correct.
Did you see Anna turn as well?
Yes.
Okay, and when you turned, what did you do?
I was gonna reach to the door.
And did you reach for the door?
I reached, yes.
What happened next when you reached for the door?
When I reached for the door, Anna was getting attacked.
You said Anna was getting attacked. Can you specifically tell me, did you see what happened?
Yes.
What did you see?
I saw the other girl just start hitting Anna.
The defendant?
Yes.
Can you describe how you saw her hitting her?
She just started punching her.
Yeah. So when you said the other girl, you're speaking about the defendant, Miranda Garcia.
Correct.
And you saw her strike Anna.
Yes.
And what did Anna do at the time she was struck? Did you see that?
She was trying to block herself.
And when she first was struck, did you attempt to do anything? I'm sorry. Did you jump in the fight? Was there a fight?
No.
What happened next?
After that, I tried to grab Anna, but I was trying to push Anna out of the way while trying not to get hit myself.
So, and I know it's maybe a little difficult, but I want to try to unpack this scene. Approximately how long did this take?
It was quick, maybe a minute or two.
Okay. So, and I know there's a lot going on. So at this time, I'm going to try to go step by step. You saw Anna get hit by the defendant. Did you see if she had anything in her hand with her fist or?
Objection, bleeding.
Did you?
Go ahead, to rephrase.
So at the time, did you notice, how did she get hit?
She just struck her with her hand.
Who struck who?
She struck Anna.
When you say she, are you referring to the defendant?
Yes.
And when she struck Anna, did she just strike her once?
No, she didn't stop.
When Anna was first struck, did you notice anything about Anna when she was first struck?
Not immediately, no.
So when she first was struck, what did you do next? I'm going to walk through slowly.
I grabbed her to try to.
And you said you grabbed her.
I grabbed Anna to try to, I guess, stop her from getting hit.
Did you do anything else?
No.
So what was the defendant doing while you were trying to grab Anna?
She was just still hitting her.
And did you try to help defend Anna?
Just by pulling her out of it.
So, and this went on for about a minute. What was going through your mind at the time that this was going on?
Well, I knew that by the look of Anna's face when she was ignoring her, I knew that's not where she wanted that direction, to go. I knew she was trying to avoid it. She was already going through enough.
Trying to avoid what?
What happened, the being struck and the arguing.
So once the fight had ensued, was it when she was struck by the defendant? Anna, did you ever see Anna strike her?
No.
What were you thinking while this was going on? You said you were trying to pull away.
Right. I was trying to pull her away. I didn't want her. She was already dealing with a lot, and I didn't want, and well, it was supposed to be a fun night out to turn out into something.
Did you get struck?
No.
Did you ever strike the defendant?
No.
Did you sustain any injuries?
No.
At any point did this situation come to an end?
Yes, it did.
How did that come to an end?
Another woman was coming into the restroom. Don't know who it was, but when the door opened, that's when Miranda just kind of ran out.
She ran out. And when she ran out, what did you do?
I ran towards, well, I looked at Anna and I saw, by then I did see that there was blood. So we walked out of the restroom towards her husband.
I'm gonna go back. So once you said Miranda ran out of the restroom, did you see where she went when she ran out?
No, I didn't.
What was going through your mind at the time?
Did you guys hear that? It was
It
sore.
We say you saw bleeding. Can you describe what you saw?
was blood dripping down her face,
We just
from
made-
her eyes, and
We said blood was dripping down her face. Can you describe, was it a lot of blood, a little blood, just?
it was a lot of blood. It was a lot of blood. It was all over her hands, all over her face.
And once you saw the blood, what did you do next?
I took her towards her husband,
And do you know where her husband was seated?
but they were right outside the restaurant.
Was that at the table right outside the door?
Correct.
And once you took her to her husband, what was the next steps that happened?
After that, I don't remember too much. Everything just happened so fast.
At any point, did someone call 911 or ambulance?
Not an ambulance, no.
Do you know why ambulance wouldn't call?
Objection, also speculation.
John, she was there in the situation and she was with the wounded person who was a friend, so she would have knowledge of.
Why didn't you?
You said you saw her bleeding. Did you think it was serious injuries?
Yes.
Did you think it was serious enough to call 911 or ambulance?
I asked her if she wanted to call somebody. She did not because of what her husband was already going through, that she didn't want to add any more medical bills. But we did tell her, you need to go to the emergency room, that it's open.
So did she not want to go to the emergency room?
She did. She just didn't want to be transported into an ambulance and have more medical costs.
So after at any point, did you see Miranda Garcia again that night after you came out of the restroom?
No.
Were you able to leave after the incident happened?
Yes.
How long after the incident happened were you able to leave?
We stayed at the legal until she got the police report.
So the police were called.
I think there was a cop there. I can't really remember too well.
Do you remember if you spoke with the cop?
No.
After the incident, so at any point do you know if Anna went to the hospital?
She did.
Do you know how she got there?
Her husband drove her.
And when her husband took her to the hospital, what did you and your husband do?
We actually followed behind them for a while to make sure that they were gonna get there.
After that incident, did there come a time that you spoke with anyone else, investigator? Did anyone call you in reference to the incident that took place on about May 11, 2023 at 1886 Humble Backyard?
Yes.
And did you have an opportunity to speak with them?
Yes, it did.
What if anything, what did you tell the investigator?
Objection, assumes facts, not evidence, hearsay.
It's not hearsay,
It's not what she said to the other person, right? Overruled.
If I can judge, whatever she told to a third party outside this courtroom, even though she's a testifying person, is still hearsay. I can show you.
Okay, overruled. Please.
So what did you express? You don't have to tell me specifically what you said, but what did you express? Did you recount the same thing that you're telling us today?
Yes.
Okay. I have no further questions.
Okay. Are you ready?
We're ready, Judge.
Okay, please. Floor is yours.
Hi, Ms. Laura, am I saying that correctly? Laura. My name is Annie. I just a few quick questions for you.
Yes, we're allowed.
Sorry, a few quick questions for you just to clarify some confusion. So just clarify real quick. Here's the door to the bathroom. Here's the sink. This is the stall where Anna was, and you were in the stall.
Correct.
Okay. Anna came out first and came over here. Did she wash her hands?
Yes, she did.
How do you know that?
Because when I walked out, that's what she was doing.
So you saw her wash?
Yes.
Okay, so you walk out, she's here at the sink. When did Miranda come in?
She was in there before Anna came out from the stall. The door opened when we were both still in the stall.
Okay, and so you and Anna are in the stalls. Miranda comes in. Anna comes out, she's washing her hands. And then when did Miranda start talking to her?
I was doing the stall when I heard the talking.
Okay, but was, Anna still washing her hands? Did she finish washing her hands?
She finished after I came out.
Okay, so when did Miranda yell at her? Start yelling? After she washed her hands? Or as soon as she came out of the stall?
As soon as she came out of the stall.
Okay, so Miranda's here in the doorway, yelling. Anna comes out of the stall, goes to wash her hands. Where is Anna? I'm sorry, where is Miranda?
Off to the side.
Off to the side, so she's like right here if this door was closed.
Maybe right there where you're pointing, where, like right between the stalls, I'm assuming.
Okay. So then you hear yelling. Oh, can you hold it? Okay, so Miranda's here. I'm sorry, Anna's here. Miranda's here, and you're in the stall and you're
I was in the first one.
you're in this. Now you said that you were unsure what the yelling was about, but you heard Miranda call Anna by name.
Correct.
So you also said that you didn't think they knew each other. That you didn't think that Miranda and Anna knew each other.
Right.
But you heard her call by name.
That was whenever I was out already.
Okay.
Because of Anna's body language.
Okay. So you go to leave the bathroom because you hear things escalating. You're like, let's leave. Correct?
Correct.
Where are Anna and Miranda as you're walking out the door?
Well, the door was closed, so I was standing behind her.
Okay, behind
Anna.
Anna, and where is Anna?
She's in front of the sink.
She's in front of the sink, facing the sink?
Mm-hmm.
And Miranda's here, kind of in front of the stall.
Correct.
Okay, and you're going to the door to open it.
I'm not sure.
Okay, so you're opening the door, and then that's when Miranda hit?
Correct.
Okay, so you didn't see how the fight started?
I didn't turn all the way because I didn't see it.
So you were standing at the door.
I didn't get to reach the door.
Okay, so you were standing in front of the door, and then the fight started over here to your left?
We were facing the stalls when we turned around.
You were facing the stalls. So you were standing at the door to open it. Say it again. You're standing at the door to open it with your left hand? As you're facing the stall?
I'm facing the stall, yeah, I didn't get to open the door.
Okay, but that's how you were gonna open it. And then that's when Miranda hit Anna?
Correct.
And how did she hit her?
She just started punching her.
Did she hit her from behind? Did she hit her in the face?
She did hit her in the face.
So the initial punch was hitting her in the face?
Correct.
Okay, and then what happened after that?
After that, she just kept punching her and I tried to grab Anna.
Okay, how did you grab her?
Like around her body.
Okay, so you got in between the two women that were fighting?
Yeah, I tried to reach.
To pull her?
Mhm.
Okay, and were you pulling with your left hand or your right?
My right.
Okay, because you were facing to open the. Okay, just one more quick question. You said that when Anna and Pablo were driving to the hospital, you followed them.
Correct.
Did you think they were drunk?
Objection, Your Honor. Irrelevant. She's asking if they were drunk. I mean, what is that?
Okay, what was your question?
She said that she and her husband followed Anna and Pablo to the hospital.
Okay.
To make sure they got there.
Okay.
And I wanted to assume to make sure they got there. But did she think they were drunk or
I
why
think
would
it's
you-
highly relevant. Overruled.
Judge, may we approach?
Sure.
Thank you.
I think that alcohol there at a bar. How is
No,
alcohol
but
not relevant?
that her husband's driving, if he's drunk, if he's driving, it has no bearing on the case that she's assaulted you. So who's going to?
How is it over though? It's improper feature.
Your Honor, Your Honor.
I mean, I would still think that alcohol.
Well, you can ask that.
And it's alcohol would be an issue in the case. I mean, we're at a bar, right?
But she has to judge, but it's already established that the husband drove her to the hospital. The husband's not informed. The husband took her to the hospital. So she's asking if all the police there were drunk. We already established that they were drunk. That's all.
So whether or not they're intoxicated affects their ability to remember. Intoxication, they can't testify, so it's not potentially intoxicated. Additionally, this is past like the complaint's husband is driving, whether he was driving or had drinks is irrelevant to the assault subject. They're just trying to do things that
Let's talk about the assault, what happened at the bar, and let's stay in that area, huh? I mean, it's all great cross, but stuff in the bar, let's not take it. All right. All right. Okay. Do you have any follow-up?
Your Honor.
Okay.
But
Well, subject to recall, yes? Okay, ma'am, you may take your leave. The rule has been invoked, meaning that you may not contact and have any contact with any witnesses in this case, including Anne, okay? So if you mind stepping outside and being in another witness, please. Thank you.
Hold on. I didn't think I was listening. I was focusing on a sentence that I cannot wrap my head around. So I switched chairs as well to see if this chair was a bit better. It's the chair I had before that I didn't like. And then I got that chair. So she's done, but they might recall her. Do you think that's because the defense wants to see? I don't know where I stand. I cannot tell you why, but something about the victim's story isn't adding up for me, and the friend's story isn't adding up to the victim's story. Something's weird there. But this is time to stretch and take a few second break and then dive back in if you're also working at the same time. Also, just a heads up, if you weren't working with me on the last 2 days, I don't do like 20 minutes, 25 minutes like normal Pomodoro. I do like 10 to 15 sometimes, because I can feel when I start getting like out of focus, I just cut it then. It doesn't matter how many minutes it's been. I cut it, take a little break, carry on. Morning, Tish. Okay, let's do this. So, yeah, sounds like they're done with the witness then. Something is strange with how they knew each other, the victim and the...
Okay, do you have another witness?
I'll call when you work this.
Yeah, it's up to you. You let me know. I mean, you ready?
At this time, Your Honor, state calls Christopher Denote.
Okay. Good morning, sir. Can you please come on up? This way. Can you please raise your right hand? You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? Yes. All right, please take a seat. I'm going to ask you to please speak loudly, slowly, clearly, and if you hear the word objection, please stop until we've addressed it, and then you may continue. Okay? All right. Okay, Mr. T.
Hi, can you please say your name for the record?
It's Christopher Denault.
Can you spell that?
Denault.
Mr. Denault, who do you work for?
I work for 1886 Humboldt Backyard. It's a bar.
And how long have you worked there?
4 years.
For 4 years? What is your position there?
I work as a bar back. It's a support role to maintain the operations of the business.
I want to draw your attention to May 10th, May 11th, 2023. Were you working that day?
Yes.
How long is the restaurant open?
It's open from noon to 2 a.m.
And so on May 10th, 2023, it was open from noon to 2 a.m.?
Yes,
And you were working on that particular day?
yes,
What were your hours of working on May 10th, 2023?
7 p.m. to 2.
So on May 10th, 2023, do you recall an incident that took place in 1886 backyard, home backyard?
Yes,
Was it something that was out of the ordinary?
yes.
Can you explain what that incident was?
There was a fight that was serious enough that the bar had to actually close early,
You said the bar closed early. What time did the bar close that particular night?
around 12:30.
Approximately 12:30?
Yes,
Do you know did you witness the incident?
no,
What did you do on that night?
on that night, I had entered the main bar area and my bartender had come up to me to tell,
I'm sorry, I don't want you to tell me what someone else told me. All right. So you said you came into the main bar area,
yes,
and at any point did you learn any information?
yes.
What information did you learn?
I'm gonna object to hearsay, Your Honor. He didn't witness it, he doesn't get to talk.
That's not cool.
Hey, only testify to what you know about, okay? Please, let's get to what he knows about.
Thank you. So at any point, did you observe anything going on in the bar?
Yes,
What did you observe?
there was a large number of people crowded into the women's restroom.
And when you saw the large number of people crowded to the restroom, what actions did you take?
I was told to find the security.
So at that time, you left to go look for security?
Yes,
Do you know the individuals that were involved in whatever was going on in the women's restroom? Did you see the people that were involved?
yes,
Did you see them prior to the incident taking place?
yes,
Did you see anyone that was injured?
yes,
And was both parties injured that was involved in this incident?
no,
Do you see the individual that was not injured?
yes,
You see them in the courtroom today? If you don't remember, that's okay. If you don't see,
Remember, just say don't.
I don't remember.
It's okay.
the person that came out of the incident, did you see them earlier in the night?
Yes,
Do you know if they were there alone?
they were not alone.
No. Was this a male or female that was involved in the fight?
It was female.
Was she there by herself?
No,
Who was she there with?
she was with 2 men.
And did you see them when they came into the bar?
Yes,
Where were they located throughout the night?
throughout the night, they were at our booth by our pool table.
And were they there all night?
No,
So
they were there for about 2 hours or so.
about 2 hours. I want to just tell me, can you describe the location of the bar? You have patio area?
Yes,
Approximately how large is your patio area?
it's a pretty large area. The main area that's directly outside has about 10 tables.
Now, do you have security cameras there?
Yes,
Are there security cameras in the women's restroom?
no,
So there's no cameras in the restroom?
no.
I have no further questions.
Briefly, Your Honor. Afternoon, barely. Afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
All right, I'm gonna try to get you relaxed. I'm assuming this is your first time testifying?
Yes,
You're doing fine. Try to relax, okay? I feel like you're gonna have a heart attack. All right. So you've been a bar back at this bar for 4 years?
yes.
Okay. I have to know this. Why is it called Backyard Humble if it's not in Humble? Because HPD went there, not Humble PD.
Objection, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to know. Okay, all right.
Look,
Do you know?
the address is in Humble, Texas.
Okay. All right. You were gonna work from 7 to 2?
Yes,
Okay. And your involvement with this incident, you weren't there when the fight started?
no,
No. I'm assuming by the beard that you are not a woman, correct?
Correct.
So you were not in the women's room?
No,
Okay. Just making sure. All right, now, when the incident occurred, where were you?
I was on the patio going into the bar, into the main bar.
Okay, and you're working, so as a bar back, can you explain, I know you said a support role, but what is your support role?
It's to make sure the bar has everything it needs so that it can run smoothly throughout the night.
So while I'm at a bar, the person who hands me the beer is the bartender, but the person who got it ready and stopped is you.
Yes.
And I'm assuming there's a lot of other prep work.
Yes.
Okay. And so you did not have a perspective of the ladies' room door. When it occurred? It's okay to say I don't remember.
The entrance of the side door is directly across from the women's restroom door.
But do you remember seeing anybody go in?
Yes.
Who did you see go in?
The lady that came out afterwards injured.
So you remember seeing the woman who had the injuries, you remember seeing her go in?
Yes.
Do you remember seeing anybody else go in?
Or her friends.
Her friend? Friend or friends?
There's about 3 people that went in when I had left to go on the patio.
So as you're going out to the patio, you see 3 women go in together.
Yes.
And of those 3 women, you know one of them to be the one that later got the injuries.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when the incident occurred, that's when you're coming back into the bar or to the inside area.
Yes.
All right, and you see people leave.
No.
No, okay. Did you talk to the various people afterwards?
Briefly.
Okay, did you talk to my client?
No.
Okay, so you didn't get up close to her afterwards?
No.
You didn't talk to her, interview her, escort her out?
No.
All right, the inside of this bar, is it a sports bar with a bunch of TVs?
Yes.
Okay, so the TVs are playing?
Yes.
Music?
Yes.
And I think somebody mentioned the pool tables, so people playing pools, you got pool balls?
Yes.
All right. How loud is it in a given night, this time of night?
It's fairly quiet.
Okay, I can chat with the person sitting next to me.
Yes.
All right, but I'm not gonna be able to hear what's going on the other side of the room.
Probably not.
Okay. The DA asked you about security cameras. It's illegal to put a security camera in the ladies' room, isn't it?
Yes.
And if you did, I'm assuming you think you'd get fired, wouldn't you? Or at least arrested?
Objection, Your Honor.
I'll move on. I'll rephrase. It's a bar. There's lots of cameras, right?
Yes.
There's cameras facing the bar.
Yes.
There's cameras facing the pool table.
Yes.
And there's cameras facing the ladies' room door.
Yes.
No further questions, Judge.
Anything further? Okay, you did great. Good job. Thank you for coming. Subject to recall.
We do not, sorry, the defense does not need him subject to recall.
Recall, guys.
Can he go home? Yes, Judge, you can go. Yes, thank you.
You're free to go home. Thank you so much for coming in. Be safe.
Is there a set time for the jury's lunch, Judge?
No.
Okay.
Let's finish. Do you have any more witnesses? State.
The state rests this time.
Okay. State rest. Let's take a 5-minute break. Quick restroom break. We're trucking. We're doing good. All right. We're close. So 5 minutes. I'll bring you back so we can finish up. Okay.
All right, for the jury.
All right. Please be seated.
Defense has a motion outside the presence of the jury. At the same time, if we can do it outside the presence of the jury, she has to go back.
You may go. Just come. Go. You can go. Just come back. You know what? Give me 5 minutes.
You're fine, Judge, you're fine.
Literally, give me 2 minutes. Off the record.
I like this.
Okay, I'm gonna I'm tempted to mute while they do this so that we can quickly catch up, but this guy is the reason we're watching this trial because he was getting like so excited when they were talking about doing the trial that we've kind of thought he was going to be a bit over enthusiastic. I want to see if there's any hot mic with him.
Oh, yeah. So this is
Okay, no hot mic. Just need to keep an eye there. So I'm going to leave myself in the bottom corner. Let's go back. She's hiding behind her mask. That's exactly what I was thinking, because they can't say this time, can you lower your mask? Like they did with the other lady. Yeah, the bow tie's the judge. Bow tie's the judge. How did he know she had no injuries? That's exactly what I thought when he said it. And I was like, oh, I want to say, judge is back. Hold on.
Ramona, you here? Okay. I love you. Okay. All right. Guys, we're going to go back.
Okay, pause. Let me just catch up on these. Hey, Teresa. I think that he's so nervous. And I think when you, for a lay person who doesn't watch a lot of court, if you get called as a witness for a certain side, I think it's reasonable to think that that person has to say what's favorable for that side. That's what I would think without knowing court. He is the most snazzy dressed judge ever. And he's fun. He's really fun. He gets so heated. My husband got a consult with the surgeon for his Zephyr valves. What are Zephyr valves? I'm so happy for you, though. If it's an amazing phone call, it means it's good news. Okay. I'm gonna hide and go back to focus. Teresa, I'm watching for your message, though. Stop cam.
Go back on the record. Please keep it down. I mean, you can both do it. Each of you,
I'm just
whatever you
trying to
want.
give answers. The defense has a motion, Judge, for directed verdict on two specifics. On broadly, there is not enough evidence to prove who began the fight. Secondly, and much more directly, there hasn't been an allegation of a pool ball, which is one of the manner of means. And I would very much like this court to strike that part of the information. Because
a pool ball? What?
Yes.
Is that really one of the?
Yeah, it's one of the two manners and means, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
And
I didn't see. I guess
CW and the CW's friend, who are all in this thing, never mentioned a pool ball in the room. No evidence was presented. Judge, it was
Pause. Oh my gosh, that is amazing, Teresa. I'm so happy for you guys. That is so cool. And I can't even imagine how you two must be feeling. Like that, wow. I don't know how I'd respond. I'd probably burst into tears from overwhelm of like, whew, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, now we're gonna focus for real. Jen Pookie, love this judge so much. He does such a great job of making sure the people coming before him know how serious he takes his job and the offenses he puts before him. Absolutely agree, Jen. I like that he doesn't just gonna hide your comment, otherwise it hides my face. I like that he doesn't say like, would you like an attorney? He says something more like, what did he say yesterday? Do you need a state attorney or will you appoint your own? It's kind of like, you should have an attorney. So here, what are these two options? Which are these two options? Okay. 1 hour 29, so at about 20 minutes or so, maybe a little bit less, but let's do this. Stop cam.
Brought to my attention that yesterday when the defendant was arraigned, the second paragraph does allege a pool ball. I believe KDA Jones may have stated an unknown object. But that said, we have no objection to the second manner of means because haven't elicited any testimony.
Okay, I'm with you on the pool ball one. But hold on a second. Did you say you have another?
Well, so that's the second one. The first one is my generic, judge, they didn't meet their burden, blah, 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 self-defense overrules. They haven't been able to overcome the self-defense burden. Which, I mean, I can elaborate on further, but it's the evidence is that there was a fight. There was not evidence of who began the fight in my mind. Not clear evidence.
The burden shifts. If she's claiming defense of self-defense, the burden shifts that it was self-defense. She has not offered any evidence to say, they'll start. I have two witnesses, the complainant as well. The defendant said that she struck her first and at no time did she strike her back, with the exception of trying to block. As you can see, the picture showed that my client was bloody and bruised. Excuse me.
I mean, I agree with you. Like, I'm gonna deny the directed verdict on the first one.
Yes, Judge.
Pool ball, yes, but I'm gonna deny it on the other.
I've never struck a manner means mid-trial versus pre-trial. So the jury charge will have to be adjusted.
Right.
And then I guess they're not given a copy of the information, they're only given a copy of the jury.
They only get a copy of the charge, right? So, do you have any witnesses?
I'm gonna confer with my client and her.
Okay, do that. Give me a couple minutes. I'm gonna bring them in so we can have them deliberate while they eat.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so just let me know if you have any witnesses and we'll go.
Judge, we're gonna ask that each juror gets their own copy of the jury instructions to follow along while we read. I have colored paper if we don't want it to get
Oh,
confused.
I read the information. I don't give them a copy while I'm reading it. No, I give them a copy when they go back to the jury.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
One of the stupidest things about the Donald Trump trial was the fact that they were never given a copy of the jury charge. That was 34 counts. I can't imagine that.
What?
Yeah,
New York is New York, right?
New York, yeah.
Okay, so, hey, 2 minutes. Let me know whether you.
Yes, Judge. Yes, Judge.
So you heard that, huh, Ramona? Yeah. So, and then now we need to make. I guess. Okay, this is the last thing. I'll give you 30 days. At the next setting, we got to figure it out. And Pavel, I'll give you 30. It'll reset. Got to be here at the next setting. Take care of it. And then if you can put it off between now and then. The next setting, he's got to be here to decide whether he wants to take it or not.
This judge is a mean multitasker as well. Whenever there's a break, he's doing arraignments. So that's why there's suddenly arraignments.
Maybe that.
I'm bringing him out so we can do a plea real quick.
Ramirez.
Seems in a better state capacity today.
Judge, can you hear me?
Gotcha. What you got, bud?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that. Judge, I'm here on Jairo Rivera Nunez. He's currently in custody. So I was trying to get a reset on this case. He's got a felony, 2 felonies pending. One of them is out of the same transaction as this theft case, but the case is kind of old. And so I needed to approach you to see if I could get a reset.
I'm not going to do all the way out to August, and we got to do something quicker because those cases are so new. The new PCSE guys, that's going to take another 2 years. I'm not waiting that thing out, you know? So let's do this. I'll give you 30 days. At the next setting, we got to figure it out. And Pavel, perhaps it might be used in punishment. I don't know. But we got to figure something out. I'm not going to sit here and hold it for another year when this case is already old as all. You know what I mean? So,
understood, Judge. So 30 days. Do I get with Victoria for a reset or will you give me a date?
Yeah, just she's on here. Chat with her.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Hey, they have a time served offer, Ricardo, just so you know.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
For sure.
Yesterday said older than Jesus or as old as Jesus.
Is he better today? Better today? Hey, guys, there's an affirmative finding on this case. Huh?
How many days does he have? Like 3 or 4? We got 5 days, I think.
Go out in the court, please.
Is it good? Fun? So, what, you don't mind it, I guess? Mr. Ramirez, I don't want to have to give you jail time. We don't ask for much here, you know?
Hey,
When you come here high, that's not a good thing. And the other thing is, I mean, you look great today. You really do. But I'm going to tell you now, you're going to be here with me, any more criminal cases for 5 years. Yeah. You think it was easy today? You think it was hard today? It only gets worse. You know that from now on, after today, you'll be looking at a minimum of 90 days for any cases you pick up from now on. You can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this plea bargain agreement as well. You realize that, right? There's an affirmative finding of family violence. No more guns, no more ammunition. Do you understand that? Yes or no?
Verbal.
I mean, if you don't want to do this today, we can do it tomorrow. You tell me, what do you want to do? The complete, hey, Greg, the complete lack of respect that you've shown us, it's unbelievable. Should we even do this today?
I mean, I talked to him in detail, Your Honor, about it. I mean, this is what he wants to do, so I would ask the court to, even if it's begrudgingly, I'm asking the court to please accept this plea.
Don't even say a word. I mean, it's like, bro,
Say he hears you. Speak up if you can, okay?
Charged with a very serious offense. And I'm going to tell you now, if you continue with this conduct, they will file a felony on you. And then you're looking at years instead of days, Mr. Ramirez. So I would be careful. The only thing I'm trying to warn you is don't pick up any more cases. Self-control. When you go back to your sister's house or whoever it was, you get high again. You come back here. It's not going to go well. I promise you it's going to be 10 times worse. Do you understand, sir? I'm not asking for much. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this, you can never undo this. Understand, from now on, it's a minimum of 90 days. You understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense, sir?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. I will sentence you to it. Good luck to you, Mr. Ramirez.
Hang on, excuse me. Thanks, sir.
Deputy Bates, do you mind having Nathan out there? So we can, Nathan is the trial lawyer. Mr. D.
Yes, sir. I'm here on Mrs. Erin Raleigh. Erin Raleigh is a case judge. She had gotten 2 cases of racing and unauthorized carrying a weapon back in 2023, September 2023. It appears that she's picked up another case for failure to ID. And I was told that I may need to approach you in the event that you might want to do something with a bond.
No, she said she wanted to take care of things today. I don't know if that's what she wants to do. Do you have an offer on this case today, Logan? Riley's the last name.
Yes, Your Honor, was a PTI for the racing case, which is a driver's safety course. Take care of the and then for this one, from this event.
Are you still going to honor this thing? Okay. I'm not giving her a lot of time. Come up, Miss Riley.
I just haven't been. And Judge, we apologize for client wearing shorts today, but she had just gotten out of jail.
I walked
and
here.
She came to court, though. So I
My
apologize.
main concern is your case is nearly a year old.
Yes, sir.
And you, thankfully, they have kept this offer where if you complete this, all your cases get dismissed. But I'm telling you now.
I wasn't aware of the offer.
I'm going to have Mr. Dixon tell you about it now. Due to the age of the case, I'm only giving you 2 weeks. If you don't have it done, the offer goes away and I will set your case for trial immediately. And I'm going to tell you now, you ever take off on me again, I'm gonna make your bond so high, you're gonna flip. You understand, man? All right, so 2 weeks, she must appear here. If you don't have it done, and I will set your.
I will have whatever done, guaranteed.
Thank you so very much, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Okay.
Oh, ma'am, no driving.
I'm not gonna drive. I will be
Um,
driven by somebody else.
If I catch you driving, I will sprout horns in the tail.
I believe it. Thank you.
Just go ahead, and take a seat. Nathan. What's the word, Thunderbird?
We're gonna call it an object, but they had just let him go, so we're getting back in. We're calling the detective to do the investigation, the defense is.
Where is he? Is he here now?
You just stepped out, we're getting back here.
Do you have, how many witnesses do you have?
If the officer goes well, one. There's an order of operations for me, Judge. It's officer first.
Right, I'm not gonna wait forever though. I mean,
I
you're
understand.
supposed to be here now.
Well, he was, I think, when they decided to decide not to use him, so, yeah. And we had relied upon this opinion.
Can you come, guys, take a look at the charge too, so that you.
We got a copy of it, Judge.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, we got this.
I don't know. They're waiting to see how he testifies, to see whether they put on him. That's what I. Waiting on the officer to see how that goes is a way to put her on or not.
So do you want to wait to do this or?
What was this doing now?
So I'd like to have it done now while we're waiting, because the self-defense charge can always go in later, because that's a separate portion, you know?
What you're telling me, Judge, you're not gonna give yourself self-defense charge as the evidence for it?
No, I don't know. I mean, I don't, if you can, it's on you guys. Right? Okay. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Alfred Morgan. So he is in custody, Judge. He's not getting out. He has a felony charge. So I would see if we get 2 weeks just to get.
He picked up another felony?
It was just the first. He had a DWI.
Plus, he had that DWI second.
DWI second, exactly.
Yeah, he picked up a new case.
Yes, that's exactly. So he's in custody. It's not DWI case, but it's involving his mother. Yes, Judge.
What?
So.
I mean.
So I would just see if we get 2 weeks to find out what's going on with that felony, and he's not getting out either way. So.
I mean, tell me alcohol's involved in the injury. A 74-year-old mother puts her in a chokehold?
Yes, the officer knowledge from the alcohol.
I think that SATF is probably the way to go, or sober court, you know?
That's not bad.
So.
It's not a bad thing, just
Yeah, in light of the fact that.
The felony is resolved, so, but we can at least get a couple weeks just to find out whether one is a felony judge, but.
Totally. But I'm gonna tell you now, that's it. The cases are 2 years old. I'm not waiting anymore. 2 weeks, that's it. And next setting is trial.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did you get the officer?
Yes, he's about 30 minutes away.
No, I mean, he was supposed to be here now, and he's now 30 minutes away?
Yes, Judge.
How is that possible? So he was never here in the beginning?
He was, Judge. He was here a little while ago.
30 minutes away.
We told him that we were.
Okay, there's no way he could have gone 30 minutes away.
I agree, Judge. I think he wants to switch out his shop car to get here. That's my guess. But yeah, he is on his way.
It's not cool. No, I'm not gonna wait. We gotta go now. You know, it's a jury that's been waiting for hours and
He was
hours.
here. He's on he was on their witness list. They chose not to call him. We're calling.
Can you tell him to come now?
Yes, Judge. And in fairness, that was our mistake, not.
I'm not gonna let you fall on the sword. He's supposed to be here. He's subpoenaed for trial.
Yes, sir.
You know, otherwise I'm gonna hold him in contempt.
Understood, Judge. I'll give him a call.
We'll be here in about 8 minutes.
That doesn't.
Okay. Where am I? Start camera. There we go. So that lady that we saw yesterday, basically, we must have seen her twice because I think we saw her the day before, you know. I don't think he was wearing this pink suit. Because I remember her and he wasn't that short with her and her arraignment wasn't that short. They told the story of what she had done and I was still like so shocked with how crazy the whole antics thing was. So I can't remember when she popped up, but she was definitely wearing the same shirt. I don't know, maybe he said like come back after the thing. And then our wheelchair guy still like not caring at all. Take a little stretch. I've now got it on my iPad so that I see the comments. I won't necessarily pull them up because then I'll get distracted, but I had it in a different window. And what I'm working on right now is really thinky. So also if I miss anything and I say something that was so obvious in court, I'm sorry. Okay, let's play.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Oh, Rivera. That's what there is.
Okay, we'll go over some arraignments. Okay. And then.
But I don't think I've got it.
To the charge.
I'll get back to you. Sir. My first
How,
He's going this way, they're just coming back now. He's on the way.
do they have any objections to the charge? Do you know? Well, we can do the self-defense later. You know? Nathan, have you seen the charge yet?
Yes, Judge.
Can you take a look for everything except for the self-defense and tell me if you have any objection?
As of now, I don't. I'll reread it with a clear head, but I don't think I've got any.
That way we can get it.
Oh,
so
no,
that
I've
we
read it
can-
once. I don't have to say. When it comes to jury instructions, I look them over 3 times because depending on my attitude, I might do something. But I'll look at it again right now.
Linda, Anthony, come on up.
Let's go some over here, please.
Did he just get here?
He came in during the first witness, Your Honor.
So the first witness was what time?
It was about 9:30 when he walked in.
What time does court start, Mr. Mendez?
I was noticed it was at 9:30.
Oh, starts at 8:30. You must be here at 8:30, sir.
I'm sorry, my apologies.
Charged with evading arrest or detention, you're facing up to a year in jail and or.
Counselors.
Yes, sir.
facing up to a year in jail and or $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. I see that you're also charged with a felony unauthorized use of a motor vehicle as well. Okay, please.
On June 4th, 2024, officers received an alert on the Fox safety system for a stolen vehicle near Greens Road to the North Freeway. Officers located the address on the Elantra, the McDonald's parking lot on Greens Road, and it was occupied. Officers activated their emergency light sirens. The defendant immediately opened the driver's side door and evaded on foot. Officers wearing full uniform gave commands to stop, which the defendant ignored. The defendant evaded on foot approximately with 4 miles. The steering column of the vehicle was covered by damage. Conducted an inventory search of the vehicle. Officers located a firearm. The vehicle came back to someone.
Mr. Mendez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. How old are you, sir?
17.
You're 17.
I just turned 17.
You just turned 17.
May 23rd.
What do you do in life, sir?
Right now I'm trying to focus on my school, trying to get my GED. And I'm just
making that your sole mission in life. And if you don't do it, you're going to stay with me and you will earn it behind bars. We can do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
I'm ordering you now not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. And I'm telling you, I'm going to drug test you. You test positive for anything, I'm going to lock you up. I'm also now ordering you not to drive any vehicle whatsoever. Do you understand? You have a Texas driver license. This is an affidavit. This is a court document and promise that you're going to make to me. I don't give a rat's behind what's going on in your life. Do not drive and do not have a weapon. And if I catch you with either, I will have a contempt hearing. You will be facing 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time your happy butt gets into a car. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Every time you drive, I will have a contempt. You're facing 6 months in jail and a $500 fine. I will give you a lawyer today. I want in 2 weeks for you to come back to me and show me what you have done to get into GED classes. And if you've done nothing, life is not going to go well for you. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
If I drug test you now, what are you going to test positive for? It's not a yes, sir. If I drug test you now, what are you going to test positive for?
Just marijuana. I'm being honest.
I kind of just don't think so. So let's see. I'm sending you for a drug test right now. I want to know what everything in your body is. I'm going to tell you now, Mr. Mendez, I'm not asking anything crazy from you. The only thing I'm asking you to do, don't use any dope, don't have weapons, and get your GED. That's the only thing I'm asking from you. And if you can get this stuff done, you and I will be best friends. But I'm going to tell you now, you start playing a fool in the free world, I will take the free world away from you. And I'm going to tell you now, being in lockup at 17 sucks. You understand? I'm going to have you come up here, swear test that you're not going to drive or have a weapon. I will have you get to Victoria. We'll have you sign a reset, and then you'll get with Tracy for your bond conditions. So the 2 weeks, come back here with proof. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Right now, yeah.
All right, go ahead and take Tracy behind you.
Well, here, come Any arraignments? 110? Really? Hey, really?
Hey, let's go over.
All right, come on.
Page 31, Aurora. Right. So, Belinda was attached in the later in the book. You want to keep her on or?
No, let's appoint someone new. Is he here now?
Yes, I was great.
Appoint someone else. She may not know, who knows? Just appoint someone else now.
The next one was page 10, 11, and 12. Isaac, except for Linda Fellowship. 3 cases. 2 different last names. You see it got inverted.
And they keep giving him PR bond after PR bond after PR bond. My goodness. Three different charges. How many PR bonds has dude gotten?
So 1 GOP and 2 PR. Oh, sorry, 3 PR bonds.
3 PR bonds.
On that one case, the criminal mischief, this one, the original one.
Okay, so, you here?
He just parked on his way up.
Great. 10,004 on all of them. Yeah.
I thought they said the cop was there.
Okay, who's next?
Well, Kelly, except for Raymond Fellowship here.
Oh. Yeah. Can you hear me from here? I was whispering. I've been thinking my whole life.
2501.
Page 19, Ortiz, except for Raymond Fellowship here.
5001, and I have to do a bail order real quick. Good. Are you ready? Okay. Ramona? You ready? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. All right. Do you mind going to get the jury, please? Take the dates.
Robinson, page 21.
$25,001.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you. Can you please sign that?
Oh, I thought they said he's here.
I want to know the answer, but not enough to find out.
I wish I could vote. I mean, a judge that stands for the jury. Come on, that's amazing.
All right, guys. Thank you for being patient. Please be seated. Defense, do you have any witnesses?
The defense calls HPD officer Buell.
Okay.
I believe.
Deputy, we got the jury now. I'm just gonna.
Oh, he is there.
Deputy, you please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. Coming up, please take a seat and stand. I'm going to ask you to please speak slowly, loudly. If you hear the word objection, please stop until we've addressed it, and then you may continue. Okay, please.
Thank you. Hello, officer. Is it Yule? Yes, sir. All right. What's your full name? Taylor Yule. Taylor Yule. All right. What you do for a living, sir? Houston police officer. Okay. With the Houston Police Department? Yes, sir. All right. I'm sure this is different since I'm a defense attorney and I'm a prosecutor. How long have you been with HP? 10 years. 10 years. And what is your current assignment? In the this incident occurred in May of last year, so just over a year ago? Yes, sir. I'm assuming that you had the same job then that you have now? Yes, sir. All right. And can you briefly explain your duties as a detective versus a patrolman? Detective would do the backing of the investigation. Patrol would do the original report. And once the original report's done, it will be assigned to a concerned division, and we conduct the investigation after that. All right, so to break it down, if I call 911 because of an assault or something, the people who show up are patrol. Yes, sir. Right. Then you take what they have written down and pursue an investigation if necessary? Yes, sir. All right. Did you do an investigation in this case? Yes, sir. All right. And you compiled your investigation into, I guess, an offense report? Yes, sir. All right, something like this? Yes, sir. Have you had an opportunity to review that report recently? Yes, sir. All right, can you review it thoroughly? A few times. Okay. I'm just going to briefly take you through the course of your investigation. Did you visit the scene? I did not visit the scene. Okay. Did you contact the relevant parties? I contacted all the parties listed in the report. All right, and can you tell me who you contacted? I contacted Complainant Silva, Detective Garcia, Witness Laura, and one of the bar managers. I believe her name was Ms. Jackson. Okay. Did you learn about whether or not this bar is equipped with surveillance cameras?
Yes, I did.
All right, were you able to obtain that footage?
No,
And in interviewing the defendant and the alleged victim, did you receive both their sides of the story?
yes, I did.
All right. Did they differ greatly?
No, they didn't.
The defendant and the victim's story didn't differ?
The difference in their statements was who swung first.
Was who swung first?
Yes.
So the victim stated that the defendant swung first,
Yes, sir.
and the defendant stated that the victim had swung first.
Objection, Your Honor, is hearsay.
Would you like a response, Judge? It's a statement against pecuniary interest. Any allegation of a fight is going to lead to both civil and criminal liability. Fighting in public is actually still illegal in the state of Texas, and being a prosecutor for this level, I've prosecuted a number of fighting in public cases. All right. So she admitted to getting in a fight, correct?
Yes, sir.
But the defendant said that she was attacked first.
Yes, the defendant did say that.
No further questions, Judge.
Anything?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. So, Detective Yule, you spoke with all the parties involved?
Yes, sir.
And when you spoke with the complainant, did she make any statements in regards to the fight?
Yes, she
And what did she say in regards to, what did she tell you as far as the fight?
And her statement's going to be hearsay, Judge, unless a suitable exception would apply.
Sorry, what was your question again?
Just following up, saying, what did she say in regards to the fight, the defendant? The defendant, Garcia.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're asking, I thought you asked what the victim had said.
Yeah, what did the defendant tell you as far as the fight? I mean,
Okay, you may continue.
Objection withdrawn.
You may continue.
The defendant stated that she walked into the bathroom and her and complainant Silver exchanged words. And the next thing she knew, she was being attacked by complainant Silver.
did she provide you with any, did she acknowledge, did she say she had injuries?
She sent me images of her injuries, but they were nowhere near compared to what complainant Silver's were.
Can you describe the injuries that you saw?
It looked like maybe defensive wounds where she had a scratch on her face, I believe, on her neck or chest.
So you said,
The defendant,
you said defensive wounds. What do you mean when you say defensive wounds?
as if someone she's attacking is trying to fend her off.
No further questions.
Briefly, Judge. May I continue? Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you. How long after the incident did you speak with my client?
I believe I spoke with her May 12th, so a little over 1 day after.
Okay. And when did she communicate with you fully and send you these images?
She sent me images right after I spoke with her.
And so fresh after the fight, she's got scratches on her face and other injuries.
Yes.
No further questions. Do you wish to read for us?
Your Honor. Now you're.
Please.
I'll tell you what they are. You recognize?
Yes.
Is this a fair and accurate depiction of what you received from the defendant on May 12th, 2023?
Yes.
Please.
No objection.
All right.
What were the numbers?
Your Honor, this time, the state would like to move into 16, 17, and 18 for from now moving to evidence as states exhibit 16, 17, and 18.
Got it.
Your Honor, may I publish?
Please.
We're looking at exhibit 16. Is that the Can you describe what we're looking at?
That is a scratch beneath defendant Garcia's right eye.
Is that the only injury we're seeing on this photo?
Yes.
I'm gonna move to exhibit number 17. Can you tell me what we're looking at here?
My name is Defendant Garcia from the nose down.
Are there any injuries indicated
On that photo, I did not see any injuries.
Would that be the injury we're looking at right there?
On her cheek?
Correct.
Yes.
We're gonna look at exhibit 18. Can you tell me if there are injuries on this to the photo that the defendant sent?
Yes, sir.
And she sent this photo to represent what exactly?
The injury she claimed she sustained in the incident.
Did you receive any other photos concerning
No, sir.
her injuries? And these photos were taken the day after on the 12th, you said?
Yes.
Do you know if that was morning, noon, evening?
I believe I spoke with her a little before 10 a.m.
10 a.m. So approximately a little more than 24 hours after the initial incident.
Yes, sir.
No further questions.
Anything further from Officer Yule?
The pictures you received showed injuries, is that correct?
Minor injuries.
Injuries.
Yes, sir.
No further questions.
No further.
Okay.
Ask that this witness be excused and no longer subject to recall.
Please don't. Yes, Your Honor.
Now you can be released. Thank you for coming back. We appreciate your
Yes, thank you.
testimony. Please be safe out there.
If I might have a brief moment to confer with client. Judge, if we can permission to approach. Thank you.
Just like rest, I always have my client admonish on the record about her ability to testify, her choice of actually choosing not to.
Okay.
I just, because of the, I like to do that.
We can take a brief 2-minute recess when she comes in, and then we'll bring him back in for peace.
So we'll admonish, we'll rest, and then,
Well, no, rest. I'll send them out. Admonish.
well,
You don't want me to admonish them in front of her?
no. I want to rest after I admonish. My fear is that part of the admonishment is, oh my God, I could do that, and she chooses not to, I'm rest.
Okay, so you want to admonish person anyway?
And then
All right, so I guess you want me to send, I'm gonna send them out. I'm gonna send them out while we do the admonishment.
I'll tell you what, she's certain, we can rest, and then we'll send them out and then admonish. That's fine, Judge.
Okay.
Yeah, in my mind, I want to do it in a different order, but her mind is so solid. and I-
Well, that's why I don't want to send them back and forth,
You're fine.
Let's send them out. That way we get everything ready. We come back to argument and then we'll send them to
All right.
delivery.
I'm going to take 2 steps back and announce that I rest.
Okay, please.
And defense rest. Thank you.
Okay, all right. The defense is now rested as well. So we need to just take care of a couple housekeeping matters. I'm gonna let you go for literally 2 to 5 minutes. We will come back for final argument and then you will be out to go deliberate, okay? So if you mind, please, rising, we're gonna let you go to the room for 2 to 5 minutes and then I'll bring you back to final argument. Thank you so much.
You are going to talk.
All right, please be seated.
Okay, so 15 minutes-ish. I think we do get a verdict today. But looking at the stream, there is hour and a half roughly left. So let's see what happens now. And then that actually works for me, the 15 minutes-ish, because then I'm going to go into like heavy focus lurk mode without distractions while I listen to RA. Let's see what happens first though.
Okay, Miss Miranda, if you please come on up. Just come in front of the bar, it's fine.
All I'm saying is that
Ooh,
you're not going to testify.
we're gonna see her. We're gonna
and
see her.
You have a right to. That's it.
Okay, so you have, because you're on trial today, the option to testify in your defense. It's up to you. You don't have to. We're now doing this on the record so that it doesn't come back at a future later date. You've conferred with Mr. Meunier. Did you want to testify today or do you not want to testify? No. Okay, that's fine. We're on the record. Everything's fine. Is there any other questions?
Not for the client.
Please.
Thank you, Judge. With the last elicited testimony, Judge, I believe the defense is entitled to a self-defense instruction. And then I think when the instructions were last edited, the Fifth Amendment was taken out. So I think it's put back in.
I have no objection.
Okay. Okay, so let's go. We'll put the self-defense in, Fifth Amendment in, and then no, after that, no objections, right? With self-defense.
With self-defense and with Fifth Amendment. And with my apologies for making you do this 3 times.
But we're close.
Yes.
We're close.
Judge, real quick, are you also editing the potential charge?
I'm sorry?
Yes, are you editing the charge? I think are you just gonna strike the second manner of means?
Yeah,
Oh, we already have to.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. Okay.
I'll give you another copy now before I read it to.
I can fast forward. Should we do that? And then if there's anything else in between, then I can just save it for another day. Let's see. Jury instructions. Jury instructions.
10-year technician in a medical institution, caring for her husband. There's only 2.
Closing arguments.
Once again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. It's proven beyond a reasonable doubt that on or about May 11th, 2023, Miranda Garcia in the county of Harris County, intentionally and she knowingly caused bodily injury to Anna Silva by striking her with a hand. How do we know that? Not only did the defense concede that that's what happened, but their contention is that it was in self-defense. We know that happened. We know she sustained injuries. We know that. We see the blood running down her face. A mother, a 10-year technician in a medical institution, caring for her husband. Mexican Mother's Day, her night out. You heard testimony from her. This was her time to get out for all the work, the stress she was under. Her husband was about to go into a medical procedure. You heard her friend, Yesenia. They came together, it was couples, married couples, going out for steaks, listening to music. We all do it to get away. The night was coming to an end. You heard her testimony. She went into the restroom. We saw the pictures. There's only 2 stalls. You heard testimony from both Anna, Yesenia. They went into the stalls. Anna came out of the stalls. She was washing her hands when the defendant came in and began to speak with her. She said she was trying to avoid, they were trying to leave. Her friend came out. They heard commotion. They were trying to leave. We talked about in Wadaya. We want you to use your common sense. What's reasonable? We talked about self-defense, justified, necessary to prevent an assault or attempted assault. Was it reasonable? We just heard the defense say that she was jumped. We have the facts before us. She was accosted in this very small, in confinement in the restroom. That's what they said. But do the facts support that? Anna's the only one that walked out of there, rushed to the emergency room, and received 5 to 6 stitches. You heard this in it. She said she didn't get anything. She was just trying to break them up. The defendant. She said that she was attacked, jumped in the restroom. We can use our common sense here. Does this look like someone was jumped unscathed? That's for you to decide. The credibility of a witness. Not once did we hear that she was jumped in the restroom besides the closing argument by the defense counsel. You heard from Yesenia. You heard from Anna. They were trying to leave. Then they were separated. That's what happened. Yesenia, a mother of 3. Husband, married for 21 years, along with another couple. They're out for date night. You are the decider of facts. You know what happened. And it's real simple. Anna Silva went out for date night, was accosted, assaulted, intentionally and knowingly. She said it herself. You see the cut on her face? How could she fight that? Her testimony was that immediately the blood started rushing down. She could not even see. She was trying to cover her face. I don't know, it's been a while. Fortunately, I haven't had that many fights. I don't know about you, but can you imagine somebody being jumped in such small quarters? Self-defense. My question is, when they were in the restroom, where was the defendant? So when the restroom became free, just a thought, why didn't you go into the stall? We heard testimony from Yesenia. She heard her bickering. She tried to intervene and calm things down. But the defendant began to curse her out. These 2 married women, at the end of their evening, tried to leave, go home, because their husbands were right on the other side of the door. Is it reasonable? We heard from Officer Detective Ewing, 10 years on the force, at least 3 years as a detective, investigated these cases. His testimony was, the pictures that she showed me are defensive wounds. You heard it. I asked, well, what are the defensive wounds? It appears to be wounds gotten from someone trying to fight off an attack by the defendant. Those pictures were taken 1 day later. Does that look like self-defense or an ambush?
2 minutes.
Whoa, quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would just think that if she was attacked by 2 people, you would have to have at least a bruise or something. I mean, I don't know, maybe. The state has proven beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant, Miranda Garcia, on or about May 11, 2023, in Harris County, Texas, did intentionally and knowingly assault Anna Silva by causing a gash over her eye, off her nose, a permanent scar requiring stitches, having to be off work for a week, all while caring for her husband that was going for a medical procedure on that particular Friday. That's what she said. By striking her with her fist. You've got all the evidence. I want you to render the only fair, the only just verdict in this case, and that is a verdict of guilty. Guilty. She's guilty.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, jury, it's your turn. We'll have you go to the jury room. We have lunch for you as well, so you'll be able to eat and deliberate simultaneously. All right. Yes. So you can remember.
Whoa, no closing from defense. Okay, let's see what happens here. He's eating a lollipop. Ordered a whole pizza, nice. We literally have like minutes to sort this.
Hey, ladies, do you want a slice of pizza?
I'm good, thank you.
That's enough.
But it is 165 days, right? It doesn't populate like the distribution. So the class, I have like. Also, I didn't know. I can actually put 1 year.
Do we have no verdict?
I say that. So is that the only one in the conversation? Other than that, three?
Yeah, you need to tell me when the judge comes out. Look at me, Tommy.
Mr. Jones, we need a certification of right to appeal.
No, sorry. Give me 1 second.
But it is 100.
I'm gonna stop you right there. You need to not have this conversation. Have seats.
Especially not from.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Or him. Or to say jail.
It's an out of county.
Why?
Okay, so I don't know what you want me to do.
Today they did?
Yes.
Okay, I'm giving a PR.
No,
Yes, well,
but he's not even up here.
okay,
How are we gonna?
tomorrow, roll to tomorrow, we're gonna PR on tomorrow.
Ma'am? We're gonna put it-
Okay, I get, we're done.
Huh? What? What? I'll see if I can find it. We all need to head over to RA now. So thanks for hanging out. The poll surprised me. 75% guilty, 25% I still don't know the story. Do you know what? I also still don't know the story. So I can't, like, I struggled to figure out that one myself. I feel like something's not right, can't figure out what it is. And I need to go look for that verdict because that is going to bother me till the end of time. He didn't go live yesterday. Ah! Okay. See you guys in RA's chat. I'm probably not going to be very active because I'm going to be working. I've got 4 more hours to get things done today. Hope you have a productive one. Bye. I can't click the thing.